Hello, everybody. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry, my fucking head is like tripping out right now. My God.
Are you okay?
My fucking model's like, what? How's everybody doing? Sorry for the lack of streams. If you haven't seen my tweet, seasonal depression is a thing for me. You're like, I'm kicking my ass. Yeah, but I hope all y'all are doing all right. Please tell me how your week has been. Catch up with me. There was a pengu holding salt in the fan art. Oh, that's the one Index do for me, actually.
Yeah, Phasmophobia.
For Phasmo.
Penguin. It's terrifying. It's supposed to be terrifying.
Yeah, because we're gonna go hunt ghosts. Just like that.
There's one for Prince and Mari and myself too that goes with it.
Too bad we never got to use it again, did we?
No. We totally should. We should play Phasmophobia again.
Yeah. Make fun of Prince the whole time.
True. But Prince is easy to make fun of.
Oh, very easy. He like has a sign that says "fun of me, please."
It's true. He's just someone that screams, "Kick me."
He's got a sign on his back that's "Kick me."
You're a good boy. My cat is on my lap, sorry.
Fucking model is just tripping the fuck out.
It really is. You're having like your own little rave dance over there.
So how was your day?
I got home and I slept.
That's it?
Yep. I fell asleep. And then I had tacos. And I woke up.
Wait, did you go to work today?
No, I didn't.
Just sleepy Index day.
Just tired day. Day of tired.
The Dave's.
It was a day of rest. It was my Sunday yesterday.
Shomer Shabbos, whatever they call it.
Yeah. I gotta go to work tomorrow. My cat missed me because he's on my lap. He was fine when I was asleep. He didn't bother me at all. And now that I'm awake, he's just all over me. Oh. How are you? How is everybody? How is everyone in chat?
Okay, we gotta spin the wheel for Ellie.
Ellie.
What the hell, Psyduck emotes? What the heck?
That's so cool.
Alright, Ellie, let's spin the wheel for you. Does Ellie win today? Ooh, Ellie gets to pick a code. Congratulations, Ellie.
But my kidney isn't failing. Oh no.
Thank you for the host. We got you front row seats.
Oh, Kitten, thank
A
you.
Steam code list, right?
Yeah. Lucky you, Ellie. You get to pick many, many Steam codes.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. And I got to hydrate. Hold on. Oh. How you doing, Kitten? How's the little kitten doing?
Yep, you gotta hydrate. I just got an ada.
Yeah. Ada. There you go, Kitten. Ada. My neck's broke. Neck and my back are broke.
Oh no. Maybe you're just breakdancing. Come sit on my lap. Ah, div emotes.
E-chan.
I can spot a div emote from a mile away.
Can you?
Yeah.
What about 10 miles away?
I'm not sure. I don't think I can see that far.
That's funny. That's funny. Alright, guys. We're here. We're gonna try to grind out some more Higurashi. I think... I'm not sure. I'll probably need at least 2 more streams. I'm not sure how close we are. But we're getting there. We are getting there.
We're doing it.
We're definitely getting there. We're gonna go ahead and switch over to that right now. Yeah. See there. Here we are. Here we are. Yeah, continue.
Oh. Right.
Can you hear it and everything?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay. Alright, we left off with them making plans to stop stupid the big genocide thing.
Their own version of the apocalypse.
Yeah, for
Rude-san and Hojo-san are absent today because they both have colds. Damn it, can you move? The weather is changing, so it's easy to get sick. Make sure that you cover yourselves when you go to sleep. Okay?
Okay.
Oh. They live together, so I guess they got caught in it together. Mika-chan is supposed to perform as the shrine maiden on the day of Watanagashi. I
Oh.
hope she'll be okay. I hope.
Hey, welcome, Poyo. How you doing? Good to see you. Could you shut up, Poyo, for me? Index? Please.
This kitten gets it first.
Poyo is a really cool penguin symbiote streamer. I think they're a symbiote streamer. Penguin symbiote. A genetically modified penguin, was it, Poyo?
I see they're a Gundam penguin.
They're a Gundam penguin? Hope you're having a good stream. Yeah, I am. Started. Trying to grind out the rest of this visual now. Oh. We're planning to have lots of fun at the festival. I hope they recover by tomorrow somehow. Hey, do you want to go see them on our way home? Maybe we can bring something healthy for them to eat too. Maybe they'll fucking catch the virus as well. Oh, I gotta hydrate again. Thank you, Dodo, for the
If you
hydrate.
know what I mean.
Thank you, Dodo. I'm just playing Genshin, so have fun. Okay. Ugh. Have fun, Porio. I'm gonna have to play that eventually. I'm doomed to play Genshin at some point. Hopefully, I don't suffer too
Doomed.
much.
We need to do it. We don't need to. By the way, can you just stop by this old man's house today?
Mion usually enjoys ideas like bringing people food when there's. For whatever reason, she was a little curt today. Actually, she's been acting a little different since this morning. Even when I talked to her, her thoughts seemed somewhere else. Now she's asking Rena and me to stop by at her house.
Your house, Michan? What for? Well, I need to talk to you about something important. I can't tell you right now, though.
Mion seemed calmer than usual, which told me that it was about something very serious. There are always lots of patients running into the clinic before lunchtime. Because of that, lunchtime at the clinic is always later than normal people. It's just a short break, though. Our afternoon shift begins right away. The staff are enjoying their break, eating their delivery lunch. They can eat basically anywhere they want as long as the patients can't see them and it's not a place to be sterile. Because it's hot and humid, the meeting room with its air conditioner ends up being a popular place. Staff all eat their takeout lunches. As I'm the director of this clinic, they might feel uncomfortable eating with me. So I usually eat my lunch in the director's office out of consideration for them. Today I ordered lunch from a soba shop. I got an extra large. Oh, fuck yeah. Large! An extra large serving of mori soba, that is. What is mori soba, Index?
Oh,
Is
let
that
me
a
look it up.
noodle? Is that a noodle? Oh, yakisoba's a noodle, right?
Mori is forest.
Morisoba. Morisoba is a traditional Japanese noodle dish that's prepared with cold soba noodles. The name of the dish means piled noodles.
Yeah, so I was a noodle. Haha, I was correct. Haha.
Oh, I think Mori, meaning forest, has two R's.
Oh, okay. Whatever reason, they just call the dish an extra large. That makes ordering it complicated, since if I order an extra large and a kitsune udon, they'll just deliver an extra large kitsune udon instead. But is this really a large? It looks more like a regular size to me. As I recall, owner of the restaurant has hurt her hip, so she must be having a hard time keeping things running. I was still thinking about that when Takano-san. She was carrying a really large size order in her hands. Apparently, she ordered a regular morisoba, and I grabbed the wrong one by mistake. So you can hit K to pause and unpause this. I usually hit it when I come back to sort of refresh it. The chat opens, types KK. What? Oh. Oops. That's interesting. I didn't know you could pause the stream like that.
That's
Oh.
interesting.
And I'm always thinking about to type
Don't hit it
KK
three
in chat.
times.
Nice, nice. I like that.
What?
What's up? What's up, Index? Index?
Oh, Ellie said, I'm always thinking that I might thinking about typing KKK in chat, but
Oh,
I
no,
did on
no, no.
accident.
Oh
On
no.
accident because you pause it with
Yeah.
K and unpause it with K.
Oh man. That was that would be weird.
Getting anxiety from like accidentally typing
Well, I
in
mean,
something bannable from chat.
most people type in KK sometimes for okay. So I mean, I
Mhm.
guess it's believable they might fuck up and type a third K.
Yeah.
Whatever. Oh, I don't think it's that big.
Let me add it to the block terms list.
Yeah, you do that. It's actually good. Ah, what a hassle.
It's easy to confuse them, isn't it? They should use some kind of mark, you know.
I agree. For example, they could put a flag like the one in a kid's meal that says large size. Hey.
Yeah, I just started having a coffee fit. 1 second.
Oh no.
Welcome, Raiders! Come one and come all, and enjoy the show.
Oh, welcome, Raiders. Welcome. Hey, Lily.
Hello, Lily.
How was your stream, my Ice Queen? You shut her up, please. Welcome, welcome, Raiders. I am the Ice Emperor Penguinato, and today we're reading some Higurashi. If you're not familiar with Higurashi, it's a pretty violent visual novel, horror visual novel. I'm just here with my friend Index, and we're having some good time. How's everybody doing today? How was your stream, Lily? What was Lily up to? Playing just chatting. Like a whole stream of just chatting, Lily?
Andy is fast today.
Panic. 2% XP.
Super shiny.
What was that? What were you chatting about, Lily? What fun topics did you have going on? Fun, exciting, Lily topics. Talking about flowers or something? This lily's made out of platinum, and that's what I'm named after. I'm a platinum flower.
Huh?
Is there actually a flower that's like platinum?
I
Good
don't know.
question. Yes, it is
It's our
my ice
queen
queen.
here.
Ice queen. Ice queen Lily.
I think I think Lily meant Nada. Nada is queen.
Oh, I think she's talking about herself though. It was good. No, just not all just chatting. Oh, okay. That's interesting when you change topic at the end. Topic.
Oh yeah.
That'd be a lot of just chatting if you did like a 5 hour stream or something. Singing, then my bestie called. Oh, really?
Nice.
What did you sing today, Lily? But a really cute song if Lily was singing. This would have been super cute, huh? Super duper cute.
Super, super cute.
Super cute. Super cute. Super cutie. Takano-san must have liked that idea. He laughed for a while. Would you like to join me? I invited her to sit on the sofa.
Are you sure? Thank you. But could you turn the air conditioning down just a little?
Sure, sorry about that. Here we go. Come to think of it, I haven't really talked too much. We were rather distant from each other, partly over the guilt of the organization becoming the Ide incident. So with that in our respective positions, we had a tact-to-turn agreement not to pry too deep. Since our attitudes towards our research are different, we've never mingled before. So chatting over lunch is a good way to get closer to her. I wonder what she likes to talk about while eating. Some Xmas songs? Oh boy. Oh boy,
Nice.
like we don't hear those everywhere right now. God, I cannot escape Xmas whenever I'm my job just plays it all the time.
What's your favorite Christmas song, though?
Question.
You can pick a traditional one, and you can pick a popular, like, modern one.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer. That one.
What for traditional? What would you like for a traditional Christmas song?
Oh. Like Jingle Bell, I guess, or Frosty the Snowman. Does that count?
Frost. I will count Frosty.
I like Frosty this. Well, mainly because I like wintertime.
True.
Wonder what she likes to talk about while eating. I guess start a peaceful conversation. I don't want her to go off about something like tapeworm. We're having lunch after all. And while I tried to come up with a topic, she started talking instead.
A flag on a kid's meal. That brings back memories. Do you think they still have those flags, though?
I don't know. It's one of those things that endure. So it's possible they will keep having flags on kids' meals even in the far future. Maybe even an in-flight kids' meal on a spaceship will have a flag on it.
That sounds interesting. I wonder if kids will collect those flags even in the future.
Flags? Did you collect them?
Oh, didn't you do that when you were a kid? Collect the flags from the kids' meals.
No way. When I was young, only rich kids could have. My family couldn't afford.
That's not true. My family was poor, but when we went to the mall, we had our lunch at the restaurant there. That's time for me to go to the mall meant having a kids' meal. So whenever my parents went to the mall without me, I got very upset.
Your childhood sounds very happy.
Only you knew.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
But when they went to the mall without me one day, they got in an accident and died. Until I got the call about it. I was really upset with my parents for going to the mall without me. And I was sure they were having a meal there by themselves. As it happened, I only needed one more flag to make my collection complete. Collecting 20 of them was my goal. I was so upset that I couldn't complete my collection. That's awful, huh?
It must have been horrible to lose your parents at the age when you're still interested in collecting flags from kids' meals. It's obviously still a painful memory. It's funny, he's like, you must have had a great childhood, and she's like, no. Fuck. I see. I didn't know. By the way, is that why you became a doctor?
Hmm? Why?
Oh, well, I aim to become a doctor because of reasons involving my family, so I thought the same was true for you too.
I earned my medical license because it was necessary to draw closer to the Hinamizawa syndrome. It might be rude to put it this way, but I only obtained my license as a byproduct of pursuing my research.
How interesting. Even when she was still at medical school, she already knew about Hinamizawa. By the way, before I took on this job, I didn't know anything about it. Where did you find out about it? I was told you read something about it while you were looking into the late Dr. Documents. I'm impressed that you already started to research. Studying took up all my time when I was a student. That's really incredible.
Actually, I became familiar with Hinamizawa syndrome long before that.
What does she mean? How old was she when she first found out about the syndrome? In fact, why did she become familiar with it at all?
Just like Toko and Rika-chan, I don't have any relatives. So I was sent to an orphanage. It was a horrible place. You remember how there was a flood of war orphans back then? I was in a truly awful orphanage, built solely to gather up those children and bring in government subsidies. That is horrible. When I escaped from there, I was rescued by my grandfather, Dr. Takano.
So you actually lived with Dr. I see. Now I understand why you're familiar with this document. But why do you keep it a secret?
Well, political reasons. It's one thing to request funding for research on a mysterious disease, but it's another to request it for a research project of my late grandfather.
Finally, a question is answered. Admiration you've shown when discussing Dr. Takano is always more than just respect for a fellow reader. Still, since you respect him that much, he must have been a wonderful doctor. Many genuine virtues.
I don't know about genuine virtues. He died alone of an illness with nobody around to understand him. He preferred being alone, which was a bad habit of his. That's why he couldn't find anyone who would support him.
Still, he had you for an excellent assistant, didn't he? Speaking of which, your family name is read the same way his is, isn't it?
Yes, it's not my real family name. I took my grandfather's out of respect. I actually wanted to write it the same way, but I thought it would get complicated when explaining to my clients, so I ended up using different characters.
Now I can see the connection between their two labs. That also revealed the connection between the first names, Hifumi and Mio, too. She doesn't need to tell me anything more than that. She lost her parents when she was young, and Dr. Takano took her in and loved her, as if she was his own child. To show her love and respect, she decided to call him her. Now I know. That's the reason why she devoted herself to research Imazawa syndrome. I now understand how she must feel, when her research is soon terminated. Rika-chan had said that she was hurt. Although I didn't know anything about it, I may have said something to hurt her before. I only cared about treatment and extermination, and didn't care about anything else. She must have considered that blasphemous towards her. Now I know why she became aggressive every time I expressed how I felt. After she was after she was told that her research would be terminated, she stayed up all night and gathered up lots of documents. She went to Tokyo and requested an extension without depending on anyone else. That request was rejected. The documents she used now are in a box in the underground store. She must have exerted a lot of effort to put them together. Even someone without any knowledge of her research could easily understand what she was trying to say. However, it looked like some of those documents weren't some had marks that told me they weren't treated the way documents. I'm sure some pages had absorbed her tears without me ever knowing. I heard from Tokyo that Takano-san had left a terrible impression with the board of directors. It's not easy to overturn a bad impression. In other words, she can never request an extension on her research ever again. I was there when she found out about it. I was there when she found out she could no longer continue her grandfather's research, even though she must have promised him that she could complete it. Are you going to continue researching on your own after the Ide Institute shuts down?
By the time the Irie Institute closes, the Hinamizawa syndrome will have been eradicated. Should I preserve the pathogen in a petri dish, kidnap someone, and infect them to research it on my own without equipment, funding, or lab?
He couldn't. He just come.
Campfire.
Should I continue the research holed up in a study filled with the smell of
Formalin?
formalin, yeah. Formalin, never recognized or acknowledged by anyone, just like my grandfather. Also, someone else can ridicule it. What would you have a loser like me, who lacks youth and energy anymore, do to continue it? Shit, Kondo, stop.
Tomatake-san once told me that the Ide Institute was supposed to be the Takano Institute. But our clients didn't like the idea of a young woman heading the facility, and that I wasn't. That explains why she's been unfriendly since the day we met. It must have been blasphemy to her to go on about Hinamizawa syndrome. Aside on research, the Takano, the syndrome is her grand. You must feel his presence. That's the reason why she often stays at the inn. Though it makes the mountain dogs annoyed, as they serve as security here.
Would you like to drink some of the soba broth?
Ah, yes. Please. Her shoulders look fragile to me for the first time. And now I'm sure of Rika-chan's story. Takano-san holds an indescribable sadness with her. And if someone approached her, pretending to understand, she just might fall for it. Because of my position, anything I say to her will only hurt her more, probably. Sometimes, words can harm people no matter how they're used. But the fact that I still spoke up showed how little experience I had in life. We could, at least, give the research you'd like to pursue a little more of our future. Manage to gain another 3 years from them. So we can give those 3 years our best. Even as I spoke, I started to regret trying.
I appreciate the sentiment. But it's even harder to watch someone fall ill and waste away over 3 long years.
If I remembered right, Dr. Takano came down with acute dementia. He was to commit suicide while out of despair at his inability to continue. My verbal slip had made her remember a painful memory, hurt her even more.
He went into a coma and I had to make a decision as to whether to turn off his life support or not. Hey, Dr. Harriet. If you were the doctor in charge of that patient, who would you have pulled the plug? You wouldn't pull the plug yourself, would you?
Kano-san asked me that as if it was a normal question. He's only expecting to hear one answer. If I was put into, then when the time came, I'd probably let his family do it.
And that's what I thought. There's no way someone wouldn't be there for their family's final moments. So, I'll be here for the final moments of Hinamizawa syndrome. No matter what.
Someone knocked on the door, and I heard the voice of one of the other staff members.
Director. Afternoon shifts are beginning. Please get ready.
Oh, okay. I'll be right there.
I'll clean up. Why don't you go? Lots of elderly people are waiting outside to chit-chat with you.
Takano-san laughed, but I know that laugh was trying to conceal her anger. I'm not close to her personally. She is my partner here at the. I have been trying to avoid getting close to her. Maybe that was. If I had listened to her more. Maybe I could have eased her pain a little. But it's too. Tomatake-san is conducting an investigation to. Is she guilty or not? Either way, her heartache remains. After Ide left, Takano sat down on the sofa and stared at nothing for. And she got up and picked up the phone on the desk.
This is Takano. Is Okanogi there? It's me. I was going to ask you to start on the 20th, but please begin reviewing R today instead. Observing R today instead. What difference does it make? What are you going to tell me? Or are you going to tell me it's too hot to start today? Yes, please do. We only have 5 days. You had better be careful. More than careful, okay? Yeah, all right.
Okay. Goodbye. Okanogi put down the phone and sighed. Although it's his job to do whatever Takano wants, he couldn't help but complain about getting such an order on such an extremely hot day. Of course, if he complained, Takano would spit back twice as much reproach. Okanogi was sitting in the office of Okanogi Gardeners, a dummy company. As it happened, they regularly did guarding in Hinamizawa, if only so that nobody would get suspicious of their uniforms and... Good grief, I give up. Holland Nightingale and Skylark, their vacations are cancelled. Princess has given us the order to start observing R today. We'll have to move the schedule up by 3 days. The first day was Heron, right? Go with a group of 4, including 1 telephone observer, telephone backup, 1 residence lookout, and 1... Heron leader, you'll be at the command post. Also, we're stepping up our sabotage of the telephone station, too. That would have been Nightingale's job, but it'll take a whole day for them to get here. So we'll use Phoenix instead. Phoenix 7, gather up a construction team and finish by tonight. Can you do it? Of course. My men are well trained. Mountain Dogs are different from a regular battle unit. They are a technical squad formed of specialists in different fields of espionage. They are covert operatives for sabotaging telephone stations like Okanogi just... One's for wiretapping, intelligence gathering, information manipulation, establishing networks in public institutions, and many other is in various specialized fields. They belong to the Self-Defense Force. Some are from fire departments, some are from police departments, some are civil engineers. Of course, they have some experts in combat as well. Okanogi is one of those combat experts, and he didn't expect too much from them. While they had all gone through the same basic training, what they were capable of was child's play compared to what an expert could. Okanogi is the leader of a unit made of mostly of members who can't even do 100 push-ups. Really, that was the only complaint he had. He'd rather have been put in charge of the Bloodhounds. But somehow he became the leader of this strange unit, maybe because of his cautious yet courageous personality. Since combat was his expertise, Okanogi wished deeply for combat. During the kidnapping incident 5 years ago, the plan was for resisting criminals to leave the hostage behind on the scene and run after the police. He recalled the extremely frustrating memory of his combat with the plainclothes officer. That fat old man was acting so arrogantly, but he could have taken him within a matter of seconds. He could have just broken his neck. He could have turned him around. It would have been so easy for him. He remembered a young policeman, too. He shot him in his shoulder, but he could have shot at his ear. He was told to go easy on them, so that was the best he could do. He thought of firing a second shot, but there just wasn't time. The last shot he fired was the reluctant one. Okanogi couldn't believe that such a pathetic battle was his last combat job. Regardless, he continued to train so that he was ready at any time. Now that the operation had begun, he was hoping there would be a battle for him to fight. He didn't even need to fire a shot. Didn't even need to punch anyone. All Okanogi wanted was a battle that satisfied his pride, nothing more. Yes, one moment, please. Commander, there's a phone call for you. I don't know if it's for the commander or the president, though. He's also the president of Okanogi Gardeners. Because of that, the members of the Mountain Dogs often call him that. Just a minute, I'll get my accent back. And what? Really? How about that, huh? And who is it anyway? The woman. She says her name is Nomura. She's asking for President Okanogi. That's for the commander. I'll take it in my office. Please transfer it over. Rattle, rattle, crash. Heard a noise which sounded like many buckets crashing down. It's probably a noise from one of Satoko-chan's traps. According to her trap map, anyone going near the wiretapping shack will set off a trap that makes. Must have been it just now. I scouted around the shack last night before the girls left. The shack is very secluded and is located in a blind spot where nobody is likely to go. So this sound noise means something important. It means they've started their observation of Rika-chan. I can't let them notice the girl. They'll definitely call and come by to confirm their. They have to make sure they think the girls are sick in bed and that they don't hear the phone or door. Curtains are closed so they can't see what's inside the house. But to be certain, their beds are stuffed to make it look like. However, I have to be even more careful from now. I can't let them notice that I'm staying. For that matter, I have to make sure I can act when something happens. The phone rang suddenly. Just as I expected. They're calling to see if anyone's home. They're already aware that they didn't go to school, so they're probably assuming that they're home, sick in bed. I'm sure they want proof of that. The phone rang for a long time, which convinced me that it was indeed a call from the mountain dogs. If there was no answer on the phone, then the next step would be to come by the house. They'll pretend to be mailman or a neighbor and knock on the door. But I don't even need to answer it. Girls are too sick to answer the phone, then they won't notice the knock on the door either. The increased hassle means a higher risk of discovery, but on the other hand, it also proves our enemy is closing in on. It's actually better for me. I could measure the severity of the situation. Besides, Ide is our ally and he already knows that Rika-chan is somewhere else. He's supposed to tell them that he came by because he heard Rika-chan and Satoko-chan had missed school. And that the two of them were in bed and should be left alone for a while. He's supposed to say that. They won't doubt Ide. They will believe him. You could call this an advanced level of mutual deceit. They believe that they're deceiving Ide, but in reality, Ide is deceiving them. However, they're professionals and we're a bunch of amateurs. Well, not me at least. Actually, maybe I'm not an exception. I don't know what they've got until I come face to face with them. Our conditions aren't even. We're leading by a tiny bit because we've made the first move. Once that's gone, we don't stand a chance. I promised Rika-chan that I trust her unconditionally. So even without proof, I'm ready to fight. But I can't beat this conspiracy by myself. And to gain help from the others, Tomitake has to find proof. Tomitake is in charge of a first attack. That means he's the most danger too. It's understandable that Rika-chan kept warning him to be very careful. He should have started his investigation as early as last night. If that's the reason they've begun observing Rika-chan, I can only pray for his safety and the success of the investigation. I heard a voice. Ide had arrived. Yoko-chan, Rika-chan, I'm here to give you an examination. I heard footsteps coming up the stairs and a quiet knock. I'm alone, don't worry. You have to keep it down. The house is already under observation. I let Ide in and closed the door. How are you? Must be getting hot in here. And open the window. I brought something for you. Handed me a plastic bag. It contained ice cream, cans of juice, some snacks, and even beer. Well, this obviously isn't for Ricky. I feel he's been being a little careless, but I am grateful. So how is everything? I heard a noise from the wiretapping check earlier. The phone rang for a long time shortly afterwards. Sure, they found out that the girls were staying called. Anybody ask you to come check on Rika-chan? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Not me.
Yes, Takano-san told me to go check since they missed school and haven't come by the clinic. I knew it. Do you think she's about their app? I think it has something to do with Tomitake-san's. Even if it doesn't, May give him a chance to find out something. Either way, it's already begun, has Yes, more than likely. I don't know if our enemies are Takano and the Mountain Dog or somebody else. Either way, somebody has started to take action. I can't help but think of a series of mysterious deaths. The first 2 years ago were just coincidence. But starting with the third, I think Takano-san became intrigued and started expecting something to happen on the but Tanagashi's the day after tomorrow. It'd be the perfect opportunity for them to do so. He's aiming for Rika-chan on the 5th year running. Takano's a frightening woman. What Rika-chan said about Takano-san, I think it's all true. I just found out today, but she was adopted by Dr. Takano, the one who discovered Hinamizawa syndrome. In pronunciation, huh? I see. To her, continuing the research to the syndrome was like a promise she made to her beloved grandfather. But as the project will be terminated, it's almost like they're splitting on his grave. That's exactly what Rika-chan said, isn't it? Yes. Also, Kano-san said something else. Compared a dying patient in a coma to the project that's going to end in 3. He says that her family members have the right to turn off the switch of the life support. The project is being terminated anyway. Mio Takano considers herself a family member of the late Takano. Should be the one to terminate it. Yes. I think that's what she... We're gathering the circumstantial evidence we need. Takano is, in fact, our enemy. Ide had been reluctant to accept it yesterday, but now he believes what Rika-chan said is. We need Tobetake-san to find some proof that shows Takano-san is planning something. Then we can call in a subjugation squad to arrest all those involved. Takano has the mountain dogs working for her. This squad can down even. Yes. I don't know anything about them. Another unit called the Bloodhounds. They're a combat unit deployed in the case of a true emergency. Mountain dogs are more of an intelligent unit, covert operation. So they'll likely be far outmatched. If the subjugation squad was organized to counter the off chance of rebellion by the, then they must be quite powerful. So are you saying our conditions for victory are summoning these bloodhounds into Hinamizawa? That would be correct. However, my one concern is that the emergency manual contains passages authorizing the massacre. Preserve secrecy. I'm still worried that even if the bloodhounds are brought in, they'll destroy all evidence, and the village itself wouldn't be any different. No, they wouldn't. The enemy's intent is to trigger the execution of the emergency manual. That doesn't make sense. Conspiracy is caused by faction infighting. Then Ide's Institute clients will want to resolve this conflict quietly. They're sure to raid the enemies and settle everything while the villagers are still confused with what's going on. I know this because I've done similar jobs myself. They'll pass through like a gale and complete their operations swiftly. And a unit capable of pulling that off against the mountain dogs must be very powerful. We'll just have to wait until we hear from Tomitake-san. Yes. It'll be a battle of endurance. But once it lights up, it'll become a blitzkrieg. It'll be a hard battle with rapid shifts in pace. It's reassuring to us that you're in the enemy's midst, but at the same time, you're in a very vulnerable position. Please don't let your guard down. The moment we decided to be Rika-chan's allies, we became their enemy. I understand. The phone at this house is, of course, being wiretapped. So Ide has to come over to communicate with me. But that won't work in an emergency. A telephone is still better in that case. For those instances, I put together a memo for Ide. There's a method for communicating over a phone that's been bugged. It's something that came up out of necessity once. What is this? A method for calling me in case of an emergency. Please make sure the enemy doesn't get a hold of it. If you're in danger, swallow it. The phone's being tapped, so how can we make a call? if you pick up the phone, even if you don't say anything, the mic gets. We can communicate even without me picking up the phone. There's a little trick to it. We can at least get across what's important. And you are the only one who can do it, since you'll be the first person who notices the enemy's movement. Alright. Then how do I do it? It's in the memo. Let me explain briefly. Use the ringtone. When you make a call, normally you won't let the phone ring over a minute. We'll use that to communicate. If the phone rings for a minute, that means it's dangerous. If the phone rings for a minute and a half, that means it's an emergency. Head to the Sonozaki residence. The difference is in those 30 seconds. You can look at the memo for other messages. But please memorize these two at least. My life depends on it. Message that lets me know my life is in danger is a shorter call. But if it's too short, I'll get it confused with regular phone calls. That's why to signal me, he's supposed to hang up the phone within 3 seconds first, then place the emergency. The reason why I use such a large difference of time is to make sure there's no misunderstanding. The tones the caller hears and the rings the receiver sends out are a little different. I don't want that little difference to change the message. Why they had to be 3 seconds. A short ring first, and 1 minute means run. A minute and a half means to head to where Rika. Okay, I got it. It's a little troublesome, I know, but this is just for emergencies. Please remember it. Yes, I understand. When danger strikes, I'll handle communications. Also, one more signal I want you to remember. It's not a very good code, but please don't forget it just the same. For this one, you don't need to do one short ring. You just need to let the phone ring for over 3 minutes. It's probably best to just place the call and leave. What does that mean? Contact in danger. Further contact impossible. So that's to tell you that I'm in danger then. Case of emergency, call this house, leave the phone off the hook, and hide somewhere safe. Even so, it's very hard to anticipate when you yourself will meet. You'll lose your chance to call where you're thinking, I'm still fine, or I'm probably fine. Bourbon Brisk? Uh-oh. Welcome, Bourbon Brisk. Here's your Arda Ada. Ada Ada. Ada Ada. Ada Ada.
Nana, nana.
There's your very cursed Arda Ada. I hope you enjoyed it. You'll lose your chance to call where you're thinking, I'm still fine, or I'm probably fine. If you sense something odd, that's an emergency. Knowing that seriousness of the conspiracy, they won't hesitate to kill you. Please be very careful. I understand. But if that happens, what are you going to do? It depends on the situation, but I'll probably leave this house. If you're in danger, then Rika-chan is in danger too. I'll head to the Sonozaki residence and join Rika-chan. But this is only in the worst case scenario. I'm not sure if it will actually happen, so I'm nervous. Relax, okay? Also be very careful, right? Right. Ide nodded deeply. It's almost time. Something is about to happen. Or
Excited.
stuff's happening.
So that's it. Does anyone have any questions?
I have plenty of questions. This could easily be one of those well-planned pranks. What I heard is just that extraordinary. Right now, it's a bad idea to ask questions just out of curiosity. That'd be a waste of time. Yana's already explained everything about the events surrounding Rika.
Well, I have a few to ask myself, as the successor of the head of the Sonozaki family. Because all this has something to do with the series of mysterious deaths. But I won't go into that for now. All in all, it's a good idea to come to my house. We can survive a nuclear war here in our basement. There's electricity and a telephone in there, too. Of course, we have plenty of food, too. If the mountain dogs really are that tough, then this house is the only place in the village that it's safe from them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you all had to get involved in this.
Rika-chan apologized from the bottom of her heart. Rika-chan has been dealing with the strange disease, Hinamizawa syndrome, as well as these suspicious Tokyo people, all by herself. And she's been trying not to get us involved, and that's why she dealt with them all by herself. We can all imagine what she must have been feeling, so none of us can even think of anything. The silence went on for a while. Hanyu clapped Rika-chan on the back.
Rika, you've been apologizing so much since yesterday.
Look at that dress.
It's like that's cute.
If you apologize one more time, you'll have to treat me to a cream puff every day. Oh, Besides, we all feel bad, don't we? Yeah. Am I wrong, Katie?
Hanyu suddenly addressed me. That's cute. I could tell from her eyes that she was expecting something. Right, my role is to act as their flint for the other club members. It's my job to burn strong and bright red to get everyone excited. Hey, what's up, Jelly? How you doing, buddy? What have I been doing just sitting around? That's right, Rika-chan. We never even thought of all this could be true, so we were just shocked for the moment. But we're all thinking that things are getting interesting, right, guys? Totoko, this right here is the real deal. You've got some good traps lying in wait, don't you? My feet are cold? Put socks on, buddy. I know you've been hiding amazing ones for special occasions like... This is a perfect chance to try them out, don't you think?
You should be grateful for my presents. I don't know who you are, but it's all right to get serious. And I won't hesitate to launch the countless miraculous traps I refined from using our club members. That's right.
The hell is that panties? What the
Hatsu.
It's pantsu. The
What?
fuck? What the fuck? That emote that Jelly used.
That's allowed?
I guess. I don't know.
Your traps come with Mii-chan's seal of approval. They can chase away even a real army.
Well, Satoko aside, you're pretty merciless yourself, Rita. You're usually so easygoing, but I know your true power. Yeah, when you get serious, you might be the most powerful of us all. You are something. I don't even think I can defeat you.
Oh, stop. Your explosive impact is incredible too, Keiichi-kun. Your power can defeat a fate that I have no chance against. If Keiichi is in a furious red flame, then Renaissance is a quiet blue one.
Hey, that's a good one. The Burning Red Ranger, Keiichi Maibara. The Burning Blue Ranger, Ren of Yugu. This is our chance to show the world what we've got. We're a powerful team with a powerful leader. Heh right, Mion? We're already powerful individually, and when we gather, we're invincible. That's our club, right, guys?
They're like the Power Rangers.
You know, I kept quiet, thinking it might be impertinent, but actually, I've been thinking. This is getting super interesting. I appreciate this, Rika-chan. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. How dare they even think of stepping into Hinamizawa without saying hello to us? I'll make sure to teach them some manners.
It had only been 5 minutes since Rika-chan apologized to everyone and brought the mood down, yet our morale was already at its peak again. We're up against an absurd conspiracy, but if we're together, I think we can defeat it. This is the best feeling ever! Ugh. Hanyu is the one who started all this. He's quite the promising newcomer. He knew exactly whom among us to get motivated for. No, moreover, while even our senior members were hesitant about taking on such a huge opponent somewhere in their hearts, he alone remained unflinching and likely to grow even more formidable in the future.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for believing in me. Yeah, of course we believe you. I told you that already. If we didn't, we wouldn't be your friends. There's no need to thank us, Rika.
Yeah, she's right. Listen to Hanyu. You've got great spirit. I like you. I rubbed Hanyu's head. He laughed as if I was tickling her.
Okay, then let's huddle. We have to get things organized. One second, sorry. First, Rika, Chan, and Satoko are supposed to be absent from school because they're sick, but in reality, they're hiding here. This is just a preventative measure. Nobody would even guess that they were hiding here. Thanks to a certain Akasaka. How nice of him. He came because of a promise he made 5 years ago. That's so cool. I'm a little jealous. He isn't my type. I'm a little bit jealous too. It's not like that though.
God. He works for public safety at the police headquarters in Tokyo. He belongs to a secret unit, right? That sure sounds reliable. Being part of a secret unit makes it sound even better, too.
Akasaka is very strong. He's definitely reliable.
But Akasaka-san's role is more of a protective one in case of emergency. Tomitake-san has a more important job of finding out things about our enemy. He's our true attacker. Plus, he's the only one who can call in the bloodhounds and take out our enemies. In other words, Tomitake is key to our victory. It's a bit unsettling to think that so much of this is riding in the hands of a dumb cameraman.
Everyone teased her. by saying they're going to tell Tomitake she called him that.
It's not that I didn't expect him, that I don't expect him to succeed, but I think we should come up with another tactic just in case. What? Behind you. What else can we do than count on Tomitake? No, Honey is right. Tomitake-san is key to factor is a key factor from our enemy's point of view too. If they find out he's investigating them, they might have to kill him. This is enemy territory for him after all. I think we should come up with something else instead of just depending on Tomitake-san. Very true. Now the cat's in the way of the screen. It's hard to score with just one trap. I usually set many traps to deal with many different possibilities. That's basic trap tactics, you know. That's true. That's true. There's no need to limit ourselves to just one angle of attack. We should look into other methods. We should look into other methods besides what Tomitake-san is doing. But we don't know anything about Tokyo, do we?
Well, if one of Tomitake-san's important jobs is to summon the Bloodhounds, I'd like him to teach us how to call them. Then even if Tomitake-san is taken out by the enemy, we can still meet our victory.
Yeah, that sounds right. Sounds about right. Tomitake-san is really important. At the same time, he's our Achilles heel. Let's talk to him and make him tell us how to contact the Bloodhounds. Can you move? Can you move? Can you move? There's... Oh my god, he just is in front of the screen. It's okay. There is a problem is, he's holed up somewhere in the city, and there's no way for us to get a hold of him.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, though. Next time we get a chance to talk to Tomitake, let's ask him. This is the first plan. Is there anything else?
Before we knew it, Hanyu was making sure we moved along with our procedure. I kinda noticed that too, giving a pleasant smile to the girl trying to be part of our group. This one is just insurance in case something happens to Tomitake-san. Let's think a different angle of attack. What about something that would help his investigation?
How intriguing. Pull out some kind of trap, grab him by the tail, and just proof we can't talk. They can't talk their way out of. Oh, sorry. And threats proof that they can't talk their way out of in their faces. But what a perfect trap situation. You find the one they want. Then why don't we use me as a decoy? It's dangerous, but Takano and the others need me. So they'll definitely fall for it. That's really dangerous. But that would prove that Takano-san is after Pika-chan.
them see her and make them chase her, huh? That could lead to something interesting. And that's where Satoko's Hills come in.
Once they go up there, they'll be in big trouble.
You said it. Boy, would that be a sight to see. This is gonna be great.
That should be the final method we use, though. Once we're barricaded in the hills, the situation will change quite a bit. This should be our last resort.
She's right. The traps in the hills are great as a defense measure, but that's all they can do. They can't attack the enemy for us.
The barricades in the hills is our last resort, huh? The final resort. For when the enemy attacks this location, and we have no choice but to leave. By the way, we have an underground tunnel leading out that's connected to the well in the back.
Wow. Your house is amazing, Mion. Oh shit, this is really getting crazy. The enemy is a mysterious organization. We have a secret operation, a secret base, and now a secret underground tunnel? Wow! This is just the sort of thing that gets a guy excited.
I'm not a guy, but I'm excited. Okay, now we have 2 ideas. We'll come up with more. Can anyone think of anything else?
Let's see. We want at least one more. That last one is a rather defensive tactic, too. Isn't there something more aggressive that's perfect for our club? You know, some way to hit them real good? An awesome blow that'll set back their conspiracy?
And we pull off something like that? Yeah. I'm sure we can. We're not as powerless as you think we can. And it's not like we don't have cards to play. You're their ultimate objective, and you're with us. That's one crucial card on our side. And not just... Oh, sorry. And not just in a sense of using the speak. That's true. It's a huge disadvantage to the... Oh my god, I can't speak. It's a huge disadvantage to them that we have the Queen Carrier. I mean, what's their goal? Kill Riga-chan, trigger the emergency manual to eliminate the whole village, and use that chaos in their internal faction war. Right?
Yeah. To them, Rink is like a fuse on a stick of dynamite.
They want to set off that dynamite and cause chaos, and use that to gain something for themselves.
So if we keep it from exploding, we win. That's gonna be pretty tough.
You're right. We have to continue defending her, but All we have to do is kill. All they have to do is kill Rika-chan in any way. It's like a soccer game with a goal on only one side. They denounce this unfair game for what it is and call them the Bloodhounds. Is the point of Chogutake-san's operation, right? Isn't there a goal for us, though? We defeat... Isn't there a goal for us, though? Where we defeat their conspiracy? There must be something. Sometimes it works to think from the opposite point of view. Oh?
Oh, is my model tripping out again?
Yep, dying.
Oh, looks okay. I must have went out of range. I love going out of range.
Flop to one side.
Blech.
Oh. There is one.
Leon started to grin in a weird way. Here she goes. The winds are blowing stronger on her side, and she's getting into better than top. Leon is pretty smart. He's great at analyzing situations. That's why, when Rika-chan first told her everything, she immediately decided that there was no way for us to win and became depressed. However, while Mion's easily crushed, she's also able to exhibit incredible power when the wind created that tailwind. Sails were...
Let me confirm this one more time, Rika-chan. That emergency manual was designed to prevent all the villagers from going insane within 48 hours of your death, right? Yes. That's its purpose. No. Rika has never died before. So, how do they know something like that will happen within 48 hours? She's right. Yeah, that's really strange. How can they say that for sure? All the villagers will go crazy within 48 hours. Well, according to Takano, something similar apparently happened in another country. And that's where they got the 48 hours from. I have no idea, though. Actually, Eri said he doesn't understand it either.
Could it be? I see.
Oh!
I know their weak point.
Ah, I see it too. Yeah, that's right. This is their blind spot.
Eh? What? What are you two talking about? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it either. Hey, Rena and Rika, don't you understand? Why don't we put the last person to figure it out? Through punishment, huh? How about you, Hanyu? Haven't you figured it out?
Yeah, yes I have. That's why Rika is important to Takano. Well, that's a hint for you two.
Oh.
Here's a hint from me as well. The enemy's intention is to cause a disaster in Hinamizawa. The I intend to do so by using the emergency manual. So, in other words, the manual is in fact the enemy's Achilles heel. No. Meep. You don't get it. Ow, ow, ow. Rika, if you apologize for everything you've done to me, I'll tell you. No way. Stop out, I want to concentrate.
What? Haven't you figured it out yet, Rena? Listen, our attack depends on Tomitake-san. That's our Achilles heel. On the other hand, the enemy's attack depends on the emergency manual. So if we destroy the foundation of the emergency manual, do you see? We just have to make sure the emergency manual loses its function.
What is the meaning of the emergency manual? It's supposed to hide the existence of the syndrome by making it look like a disaster. So, that's why they have to wipe out the entire village within 48 hours. That's what the emergency manual intends to do, at least. So you're saying... you just have to stop them from executing the manual within 48 hours? But those 48 hours don't start until I'm killed, so... So I need to outrun them for those 48 hours? Meep meep.
Hey! You two are already saying the answer. You good. Let's say the answer out loud. Everyone ready? Here we go.
Rika-chan has to die 48 hours prior?
Yeah.
What? We all said it in unison. Boy, we're good at this. We never mess it up.
I know I got it. I got it too.
Rena and Rika-chan clapped their hands together. They finally figured it out. Why did it take so long for us to come up with this?
We fake Rika's death.
Wow. We finally got it. You should have come up with this on our first try. We've been speaking only in defensive terms, so I thought you might never think of this idea.
Oh. Listen to you. I love you even more on you. In recognition of your achievements, I'll award you our club's special order across medal later. Anyway, let's talk about this operation. Their goal is to execute the emergency manual. Hidden in the goal is actually a huge weak point. The foundation of the material is the notion that the villagers go crazy within 48 hours of the Queen Carrier's death. In other words, if nothing happens in the 48 hours after Rika-chan's death, then the foundation of the emergency manual collapses.
That's it, to say the least. Nobody really wants to do such a terrifying thing. But if they don't execute the manual, the villagers might go mad and spread to the surrounding community. They're hesitant to execute it, but they want to keep the damage to a minimum. But what if they find Rika-chan's body 48 hours after her death? The major premise of the villagers will lose their minds within 48 hours of the Queen Carrier's death with
Fortunately, Rika is hiding here, so it's possible for us to lie about her death.
The last time Rika-chan was seen is yesterday at school. It will be 48 hours after that in the early morning of the day after tomorrow. It'll be perfect for her body to be found around that time.
I see. It's possible to fake Rika-chan's death with help from Oishi-san. Indeed. We will ask Oishi-san to send out an announcement that Rika-san's body has been found and that it's been at least 48 hours since her death.
Well, it might create some issues if he announces it publicly. We can just let the Ide Institute. Coach is on our side, so it should be possible to just.
That is. What an idea. Once the emergency manual loses its credibility, such a horrible operation will never be approved. In other words, their weak point are the emergency manual and Rika-chan.
Oishi hasn't agreed to help us yet. But I know he will. Oh. This will be an amazing trap. I can just picture Takano-san running around in a panic.
Takano believes that Tokunai is sick in bed with a cold. But she hasn't actually seen us. She's just assuming it's true. But as it turns out, we were somewhere else, and suddenly my body showed up, having been dead for over 48 hours. This is going to be super thrilling. The masterminds will have to accept the failure of the emergency manual and withdraw. That's when the hunters become the hunted. By that time, Tomitake will have found out something about the enemy.
And he'll call the Bloodhounds to defeat them. Pew pew! That's our goal.
Alright. I can smell our victory from here. Man, how perfect is this? This is all gonna work out, I'm sure of it. We all encourage each other with a hip hip hooray. This is definitely getting really, really interesting. Still, what's key is that the claim of Rika-chan being dead for 48 hours is believable. That will need Oishi-san's help. And right as we thought about asking him, he arrived at the Sonozaki residence. The heck? Oishi-san knows that Rika-chan is hiding here. He also knows that some members of the Mountain Dogs have infiltrated the police. They've even wiretapped Rika-chan's home phone. So the safest way to contact her, he figured, is... I saw Dr. Ide earlier. He told me to tell you that Akasaka-san is doing just fine. He's grown a lot in the past 5 years. He'll hold it down in the fort. Oishi-san loosened his tie while drinking barley tea. I bet he never thought he'd end up drinking a glass of barley tea at the home of his old enemy, the Sonozaki family.
Now, Oishi, what do you think of our 48-hour operation?
I think it's a pretty good idea. It'll shake them up quite a bit. In their panic, they'll make mistakes for sure. And it'll give Tomitake-san the chance to get a drop on them. No, it's a really great strategy. They say two heads are better than one. With all our young minds together, you've come up with a fantastic idea. Oishi-san laughed in admiration, assured us that the operation would definitely make an impact. However, he hesitated a little too. This is pretty sink or swim, you know. Whether we win or lose, I'll have to take some responsibility. I'll do my best to pull out the splinters, but if I don't do a good job of it, I'll end up in pretty deep. I have to resign myself to that. In our 48-hour operation, Oishi-san ends up bearing most of the responsibility. Oh, I gotta stretch.
And stretch.
Thank you, kitten. That's good. And the police are a strict organization. There's no guarantee they won't investigate. Oishi-san is planning to retire this year. He needs his pension in order to pay off his mortgage. He's at a very delicate point in his life. While this is a big deal for Rika-chan, it's a lot to ask Oishi to. He has to risk throwing away everything for our sake. Shit. This operation is a great idea, believe me. But I just can't.
Oishi. If it's too much, you don't have to save the part.
Okay. Thank you for the alert, kitten.
We don't want to win by using you as a sacrifice.
Nobody knew what to say to him, but Hanyu broke the silence. Full of energy, ow-ow-owing during our club, but at times like this, he also has the power to heal the hearts of those who are hesitating. It's like being enveloped in a mysterious embrace. In her appearance matched her level of maturity, Hanyu would probably look like a mother.
Besides, we're members of the most powerful club in the world. Even if the 48-hour operation can't work, I should have come up with another idea straight away. Right, Neon-san?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, Oishi, you can say no, okay? We shouldn't have gotten all excited over this without considering your situation.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry, Oishi-san.
Rena whispered to me while watching them talk.
Hanyu is good at this. No could say no when a cute little girl says stuff like that to them.
Eh? What? You mean, is that what Hanyu's trying to do?
She's even more sly than I am.
As Oishi-san moaned and groaned, Hanyu looked over and grinned wickedly at us. I take it back. This girl, she really is sly. Hanyu is more dangerous than I thought. Next time we do a club activity, I'll really have to watch out. Please let me sleep on it. There's someone at the station I really trust, so I think I'll discuss it with him.
It's my boy!
But can Kuma-chan?
He trusts the Kuma! He trusts the bear.
Yep. Don't worry, he wouldn't rat me out. If I agree to do this, I can't make any mistakes. So before I do, please let me think over the chance of success. Oishi-san never makes promises until he can keep. That's why he speaks cautiously. Considering his position, it was certainly a decision that required courage.
Don't worry, Oishi. Even if you lose your position, Mian will take care of it. going to help us? We have to do that for Alicia. Me.
Eh? Well, despite how this old man looks, my family is pretty rich.
You've got 2 Sly Foxes. Our club's going to be the epitome of free-for-all in the future. The meeting ends with that. We'll find out if we can go ahead with the 48-hour operation by tomorrow, depending on Oishi-san's answer. We haven't even heard from Tomitake-san yet, but I'm sure he started his investigation at the coach and Akasaka-san have to wait patiently, surrounded by the enemy. They're both in very dangerous positions. So I'll just have to pray for their safety. And then there's Ano-san. I'm still having a hard time believing she's involved with such a vast conspiracy. If someone told me the whole thing was a lie, I might even believe. That's why I want Tomitake-san to investigate. She's mysterious and a bit cold, but she can be fun to be around. Also, I've always thought of her as one of the villagers. It hurts more than a little to suspect one of your own. I can understand what Tomitake-san is going through. It doesn't have to be an investigation to confirm. Instead, I want him to prove that she's... It's too painful for people to doubt one another. Oh? Sorry for making you call me so often, First Lieutenant Tomitake. That's okay. Anyway, did you find out anything? A background investigation usually takes a few months. It can't be rushed within a day or two. But Tomitake sensed that something huge had started to make its move after what Rika and the others, and it was definitely getting close. But once it was close enough to see, it would be too late. That was why he was checking on their progress so frequently. We're still investigating Major Takano as we speak. When she took a position in the Alphabet Project, her background was already investigated by a different department, so we requested those documents to be handed over. The entire team is investigating what she's been doing since the time she joined the project. Please give us a little longer. I understand. However, the situation is urgent, so please work as quickly as you can. Yes, of course. By the way, we got an emergency order to investigate the Ide Institute. Unrelated to your request. It's our top priority now. The Chief of Staff requested it. The staff? And it isn't related to my request? Yes. Well, it's supposed to be a separate matter, but from what I can see, I think this is a powerful boost from the top towards your investigation. Chief of Staff is helping out? What does this mean? The only thing I can assume is that the top members of the JGSTF have realized the danger of this conspiracy surrounding the Ide Institute. Like Rika-chan said, if this conspiracy's intent is to execute the emergency manual, then the opposing camp will try to stop that from happening. My request for an investigation is the first step in putting a stop to their plan. So if the masterminds were influencing the chief of staff, he'd probably try to shut my investigation down. But he's supporting it instead, which probably means that the chief of staff isn't my enemy. In fact, he might belong to the opposing camp. Oh, it's hard to say if he belongs to them or not. He might just be under order from ones pulling the strings for the opposing camp. If that's true, the enemy has already noticed something. Possible that they'll start exerting pressure soon. But how much can I find out before that happens? I don't know much about the top brass. Still, for the chief of staff to get involved. Putting aside if Takano-san is guilty or not, I'm certain that something extremely big is starting to happen around. We're making progress on investigating the Institute. We haven't analyzed the data yet, but some of their financial records are suspicious. We don't know if it's just a simple paperwork mistake or if someone is actually trying to juggle funding, but I have an expert looking into it. What do you mean by suspicious? Well, as you know, there's an account for the funds supplied to the Ide Institute, but the numbers don't match up. It's possible there's inflows or outflows of money that haven't been recorded. Besides that, there are questionable dates on some receipts, expecting forgery. Funds are usually supplied annually. For example, if a budget of 1 million yen is approved, 1 million is supplied in April. The facility manages those funds so they can keep those things running for. So depending on how they use the money, it's possible to have some left over at the end of the year. If they only use 900,000 yen, they will have 100,000 left. Then for the following year, they'll be told that as they only needed 900,000 yen, 900,000 should be enough. Furthermore, there should be 100,000 yen left over, so they should only need 800,000 the following year. Therefore, they then only get 800,000 yen when April comes around, which is 200,000 yen less than the previous year. As some of you have already noticed, the more leftover money you have, the fewer funds you receive the next year. Therefore, it's smart to use up your entire budget. But some people try to get by until the end of the year. And there is 100,000 yen left. They try to make it look as though they've used up the money, even when it is in fact a safe somewhere. They report that they've used exactly 1 million yen. They get another 1 million the following year. Yet there is still 100,000 yen sitting in a safe. This 100,000 yen is called a pooled fund or a slush fund. If they keep running with only 900,000 yen per year, then 100,000 will be added to the slush fund, safe annually. And only a handful of people will know about that. This is how public funds get embezzled or turned into private money. As we previously mentioned, the Alphabet Project is using this exact trick, and certain masterminds are pulling in huge amounts of public funding. To avoid this kind of situation, there is an audit of accounts performed every year, and oversight to ensure no one's fattening their pockets or creating slush funds. By the way, it's been said that the reason why civil engineering projects tend to start up at the end of the year is so that they won't have that 100,000 yen left. That's not relevant. The point is that they have to work hard to get their funds that they want. Well, that's an example of having some money left over, which is certainly not bad. However, it can also be possible that there isn't enough money. After all, they're only granted 1 year's worth of funds, so they can't delve into a savings account like we do in our lives. That excess money just doesn't exist. Therefore, an estimate report should never show more expenditure than revenue. If that happens, that means there is some extra money other than what was supplied. That's how slush funds are discovered. Tomitake was told that it was still under investigation, but the Ide Institute's suspicious financial records could be used. The former would be fine. It's quite common after all. But if it was the latter, that could be something quite nasty lying beneath. In other words, it was quite possible that the funding was coming to the Ide Institute from someone other than the formal sponsors. To be more exact, there was a chance someone was interfering with the Ide Institute by supplying funds. Tomitake was having his men look into the possibility of Takano in the mountain. While it was certainly possible for Takano to do so, because of her personal investment in the research project, it was hard to believe that the mountain dogs could betray their employers out of sympathy. For the dogs to take part in Takano's conspiracy, a huge amount of money would have to be involved. And the discrepancy that Tomitake's men had identified could be a sign of such. Hello? Sorry, I just received a report. You know Koizumi-sensei, don't you? The head of the old Koizumi faction? He passed away recently, which led to the faction breaking up. Do you know anything about a personal relationship between him and Major Takano? Yes, I've heard about that. But did you know that Koizumi-sensei and the late Dr. Takano had a personal relationship? No, I see. Now I know why Koizumi-sensei doted over Major Takano. Very interesting. As a matter of fact, after Koizumi-sensei's death, private accounts were liquidated. They found some withdrawals made by Koizumi-sensei himself instead of the attorney who took care of his finances. It happened about a half a year before the Ide Institute's establishment was approved by the Alphabet. Didn't Koizumi-sensei use the money to make necessary arrangements beforehand in order to establish the Institute? No, his attorneys took care of the money for that. So the withdrawal wasn't made for that purpose. It must have been a very personal expenditure, considering that he bypassed his trusted attorney. So could that involve the relationship between Koizumi Sensei and Takano-san? Does that mean Koizumi Sensei supplied funds to Major Takano personally? Yes, that's what we think. We're trying to corroborate that as we speak. We think Koizumi Sensei gave money to Major Takano for purposes other than the necessary arrangements for establishing the. So you're saying it's possible that Major Takano has a huge amount of cash at her disposal to help instigate a revolt? To establish the Institute, Major Takano adjusted things with various organizations. Did all that through legitimate means. So if she didn't use any of her personal supply for that, she'd still have the whole amount at her disposal. I'm sorry, but what is that amount? 1 billion yen. What? I'm very close to Takano-san, but had no idea she was so. Actually, she's rather tight with her money. She never acted as if she had 1 billion yen just sitting around. But then, that money isn't just money to her. It's a form of support to keep her grandfather's from her dear grandfather. So she'd have to save it from when she needed it the most. If the new board of directors had even a little interest in her research, she would have used the money on them. They simply laughed at her. So Takano-san gave up on bribing them. Instead, she decided to use it now, because her research project was going to be terminated anyway. 1 billion yen, it might be possible to bribe them out. If she has sponsors, it'll be even easier. Her grandfather couldn't complete his life's work, but she's planning a magnificent conclusion for it. Shit, those can't be her true intentions. Someone has to be deceiving her. Hano-san, sorry. I'm sorry I didn't notice your sorrow, even though I've been right beside you. Billion yen, that's a lot of yen, right?
A lot of yen.
That's a lot of yen.
So she's a millionaire in American money.
Oh, adjusted for still a lot.
No, for every, like 100 yen?
Yeah, it's about $1, right?
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
so
like,
you just take off 2 zeros and you get the amount
oh, wow.
that it actually is.
Ow. Let me get some water real quick. Fucking dried my throat.
Actually, she would be a millionaire, but she'd have about 10 million. Hmm.
Let me get some water real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Please talk to chat for me.
Kidoki.
BRB,
Hello,
folks.
chat.
Hello, chat. How is chat today? Is everybody doing good? What? How's everyone doing? And are you doing anything cool for Christmas, or do you not celebrate Christmas? Do you celebrate something else instead? What are you doing for your holidays? I'm more excited for New Year's than I am for Christmas. I just am. Like, my family was like, "Do we want to do anything for Christmas?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "Let's just gear up for our New Year's Eve party. Just get ready for the New Year's Eve party. Like, that's what I want to do, is just get ready for my New Year's Eve party." I prefer New Year's to Christmas, though. I don't know, it's really fun. I have more memories of, like, New Year's Eve. I mean, like, yeah, Christmas, like, like, every year we hide a pickle, a little shiny pickle ornament somewhere in the house, and whoever finds it first gets a prize. And, sitting on the chair, on the downstairs stairs of my grandmother's basement, everybody in their New Year's Eve pajamas to take photos. I remember that. But New Year's Eve means bingo. Bingo prizes, yes. We do New Year's Eve bingo, countdown, fireworks. Usually it's like we don't like have like a dinner or anything Christmas, and I think this is what I like about Christmas the most. I actually don't like for like kind of like event things. I don't like planned dinners. I'd rather do what we do every year for New Year's Eve, where we just everybody makes a appetizer and we all eat appetizers. Bacon wrapped water chestnuts. They are my favorite. The little weenies and like teriyaki sauce. Those are so good. Funeral potatoes. Yes. Oh my god, I have an addiction to funeral potatoes. Really like my grandmother makes like this really good popcorn. It's like puff popcorn, but it's like sugary. I don't know how to explain it. Super delicious. We should all talk about food right now because now I'm hungry. I tried to eat a dog treat today. I saw a cookie and my brain went cookie meat. And my brother-in-law was like, "That's a dog treat." I'm like, "Damn it!" I've been like candy all day today. Um,
The hell are you talking
that's
about?
when you come back in. I was talking about New Year's Eve and how I like snack foods on New Year's Eve rather than like traditional foods. But
Really?
I ADHD momented to something that happened today where I tried to eat a dog treat because it looked like a cookie.
Oops.
I am that person. That person is me.
Ugh.
I won't apologize.
Well, I've never tried a dog treat.
I've never tried a dog treat either. I do. I have tried dog food. Um, and I've eaten fish food before too.
Oh wow.
I was under the age of 8. I was not. I was dumb. My sister convinced me. Um,
Are you proud of yourself?
no, I'm not. We got my brother to eat fish food. Don't worry. I like smelling catnip. Oh, that's okay. Actually, catnip is a type of mint, so a lot of people actually enjoy the smell of catnip because
Oh,
it's minty.
cat your
What? Shut up.
cat your nip.
Oh my god.
Wait. I'll put a cat on your nipple.
Oh my god. Ah, Team pickle.
Team pickle.
Don't make me cat.
Pickled.
Don't make me cat your nip.
No.
God
No. Team pickle.
damn it, that's funny. Oh, Porio, thank you for the hydrate and the
Stretch.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh my.
yes. Time to drink some of this Mountain Dew.
Ah. Thank you, Poyo, for the fish bones. Making me now I hydrate.
What do you like
Ah.
eating for New Year's? What do you like doing for New Year's, Penguin?
Taking the shit.
The first shit of the new year.
11
I'm being serious.
taking the shit at 11:59 p.m. Same shit, different year. Get it? Get it? Or you can say same shit, different day.
Oh my god.
Fucking noon, midnight. Sorry, midnight girls around you like
It takes its time. Let me perish.
It-
That was as bad as some of my jokes. Now,
like
do you like Christmas or do you like New Year's better?
I like Christmas.
I like New Year's.
Kind of depressed.
I like New Year's because instead of having like a meal, we just have snacks all night.
Eh,
We have a free for all snack bar. It's like, but it's like snacks. It's not like, oh, here's a thing of ham, here's some mashed potatoes. Everybody sit around the table. No, it's everybody gets to sit around. We get to watch shows and the movies,
Uh,
light off fireworks, and have snack foods all day. It's it's very chill.
so I don't know if you give a shit about Star Wars, but
Yes.
okay. Well, at least I liked that the sequel trilogy is pretty ass, but
Mhm.
I did like having a Star Wars movie in December. For whatever reason, Star Wars makes me think. I don't know. It was interesting. My friend would go every, even though we thought we knew like the movies wouldn't be that good. Like
Hmm.
it was just a little like warm and cozy feeling watching Star Wars movies. They kept coming out in December.
Yeah, I think
Except
they
for
did.
Episode 9 didn't. I think Episode 9 was in July of that year, but the next two were in following.
Well, it was a summer blockbuster, not a winter one.
Yeah, but then the next two came out in December, and I don't know. I really liked it. I liked it. I don't know if anybody else got the feeling of December from Star Wars film, even if the sequel trilogy was pretty bad. But
Yeah,
wait, I
movies
think
that come out at the end of the year usually are kind of hit or miss.
I,
So,
I think Rogue One came out in December
did
of
Rogue
that
One
year.
come out in
I
December?
think
I
it
heard
did.
Rogue One was super good.
Uh, it seems pretty mixed opinions
I've
on that,
never
but
watched it.
you don't really need. The problem is you just don't need to see it. Optional,
Mm,
I think, and
it's like
you already know what's gonna happen.
it's like the Marvel TV series.
Yeah, like you don't
They're
need to
not
see.
necessary.
Yeah, they're just side side shit. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Interesting. I prefer Christmas more. New Year's is kind of depressing because it's like, oh, another year down the drain. Another
I
year down the
mean,
drain. You're not a fucking millionaire yet. Time's a ticking,
when it's
buddy. Time's a ticking. Clock's
when it's
ticking.
been this shitty of years, I think everybody's more excited for it to be a new year.
After 2020, I think everybody was excited to get that year.
True.
This one hasn't been as bad, but who knows if 2022 is gonna be ass or not. Omnicron poking its head out the fuck. Please
I
don't.
mean,
Please don't start quarantines all over again. I would hate surgeons.
I would too.
Don't need more virus. Give us a break. The fates
I
that be.
mean,
The fates that
we're,
be. The powers that be. Give us a break and let's have a normal fucking year.
we're always
Please.
gonna have viruses. There is always gonna be sickness, you know?
Of course, but like, don't cause such. Need a normal year. Anyway.
Is
Anyway.
this our Black Plague?
What?
I said, is this our Black Plague?
I
The
think.
modern day Black Plague?
I guess so. But yeah, I like Christmas more. No cozy, drinking hot cocoa, having my little Santa hat on, gingerbread cookies, ham. I don't know. It's a bit nostalgic
Cri-
for.
I think it's funny that Christmas is ham.
Yeah,
When did
interesting.
that start?
I don't know. It's usually turkey on Thanksgiving, ham on. Okay.
Hmm. And funeral potatoes. Funeral potatoes. Oh my god. Oh, maybe it's just like a thing out here. Okay, so they're like cheesy potatoes.
Scallop potatoes.
No, they're not scallop potatoes. So they're like shredded hash browns.
Okay.
Uh Cream of mushroom soup, sour cream, cornflakes, and cheese. Lots of cheese.
It's like potato au gratin.
and onions in it too. And some people like to put ham in them, but those people are weird.
That seems a little odd, yeah.
And every family out here has a different recipe, and everyone except for my family is wrong on how it should be made.
Everybody's wrong.
Everybody's wrong. I've never had like, and everybody's like, everybody loves my family's recipe for funeral potatoes. Okay, so they're not called funeral potatoes. They're actually called cheesy potatoes,
Potato au
but we
gratin?
call them funeral potatoes because it's like a very LDS tradition to bring them to funerals.
The fuck?
Because like the like after the funeral, you make food for the like people make food for that family
Right,
so that they don't have to have meal. They don't have to like have to prepare meals during that time.
right.
Well, a lot of people in my religion in this area make cheesy potatoes. So they just started being called funeral potatoes because you have them at funerals.
That sounds like potato au gratin.
It's it's
Potato.
very it's very good, but it's like yeah, but it's I mean it's similar, but it's like shredded potatoes.
Yeah, interesting. Now you got me hungry.
I am hungry.
All right, let's continue.
Oh yeah, it's like that except for no chives and they aren't chips. I don't know. I just like potatoes.
The preparation for tomorrow's festival is moving right along at the Furude Shrine. Vans and pickup trucks are bringing in tents and equipment. Village youth group, middle-aged men are on. I heard Rika-chama is really sick. I hope she's okay. I heard she didn't go to school again today. I hope she gets better soon. Ah, Dr. Ide, how is Rika-chama doing? Well, she had a bad cold, but she's starting to get better. She still needs to take it easy, though. I just went to see them and told them to stay in bed. I see. So Joko-chan is sick too, huh? Both of them staying home and sick together. I'm sure they can't help but play. Considering they got sick at the same time, Rika-chama and Toko-chan are really close, huh? Ah, Kibiyoshi-san. Dr. Ide just told us that Rika-chama and Toko-chan are starting to get better. Oh, I see. That's good. By the way, about tomorrow's performance, you don't think she'll be able to do it, do you? She says she's going to anyway. If you asked her, I'm sure she'd be more than happy to oblige. But as a doctor, even if she didn't have a fever today, I'd rather not let her do it. That's no good. Ah, ah, Horio-san, Rika-chama's getting better. Still has to stay in bed.
Hmm. Well then. We can't force her, then see her collapse during the ceremony. People will say it's the curse of Yashihiro-sama.
Well, the villagers are really worried. They say there might be a curse again this year. Besides, it's Toko Hojo-chan and Rika-chama. Some people are imagining some really horrible things.
Nitwits. Rikachama is the reincarnation of Yashihiro-sama. If she was cursed, the whole village would perish. Don't even suggest things like that.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Dr. Irie. Can I go see them?
Please let them rest for a while. They're recovering and they're at an age where they really want to play. Someone visiting them would be too stimulating and they're sure to get out of bed.
I see. I guess I shouldn't, huh? Doctor, please take care of them, alright? Not just Rikachama, but Stako-chan too.
Really? That's surprising. Orio-san always acts as if she doesn't even see. She just asked me to take care of Satoko-chan. Sure, absolutely. I'll make the both Rika-san and Satoko-chan better. You can count on me.
If something happens, people will say it's the curse of Oyashi Hirosama. Hey, Dr. Irie. Don't you think it's foolish to talk about things like curses when we're in the 1980s? When people have gone to the moon?
Yes, I do.
During the dam conflict, we use stories like that to our own needs. The dam conflict is over now. But as long as we keep talking about the curse, the dam conflict will never end.
Are you saying that if Satoko-chan dies, people will say that's the curse of the dam conflict?
The dam conflict is over. If a village kid gets a cold, it's the eldest job to worry about her. That's all.
I already know about know what Oreo-san wants. I want her to actually say it. If I made her, I get angry. More than enough. Talks about the dam conflict. She doesn't just mean the war they waged on construction itself. She's also including how the Hojo family was ostracized after it was. She's saying that the dam conflict is over, including everything that happened as a. And that's why she told me to take care of Satoko. I'm sure Satoko-chan will appreciate your concern.
Like that little rascal to ever listen to an old person's feelings.
Oreo-san left, laughing. I wasn't the only one watching her leave. Kimiyoshi-san and some other elders. They all understand what Oreo-san wants to say. Dan conflict is over now. Satoko-chan is a healthy girl. She's down with a fever. It must be a terrible cold. Dr. Irie, please take care of them. Since we aren't allowed to visit them, please let both of them know how worried we all are. Sure. They'll be happy to hear that. I vow to myself. Nakano-san is more than likely planning something for tomorrow, taking advantage of people. I can't let that happen. The curse of Orishiro-sama will end before it can happen for a fifth time. I'm sure of that. Oishi couldn't accomplish the 48-hour operation alone. He would need help from someone else. Oishi called up both Kumagi and the old man from forensics and told him everything. I know I'm repeating myself, but this is a dangerous bridge we're crossing here. If I get a simple warning, that's okay. But if I get reprimanded, they'll probably take away my pension. Hey, Oishi. I hear you always gather your colleagues at the mahjong parlor next door. Threaten them every time you have a dangerous mission. Isn't that the same old thing, right? You want to do Kumagi?
Yes. Also foresight, index foresight coming in, so it's only 4% accurate. Kamagi is part of the Mountain Dogs.
What?
I'm making this I don't know. I'm making this assumption because I
Assumption?
find it would be more interesting if Kamaki was part of the Mountain Dogs.
You already tried thinking that fucking Akasaka was the bad guy. So you're on a bad track record here.
I know. 4% accuracy.
I don't know. Okay, Dodo, let me hydrate. Thank you for the fish bones, Dodo. Okay. Go ahead, Index.
Yeah. Oishi-san. Why don't you say, if you don't want to lose your pension, leave while I count to 10, with more oomph in your voice, like you usually do. Unless you say it that way, it doesn't sound right.
Well, this seriously is dangerous, Dan. Are you really prepared to lose your pension? Why don't you count? Oh, wait. Here. Go ahead.
Why don't you count to 10 then? Fine, I'll count. If you don't want to lose your retirement money before I count to 10. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. I got it, Kuma-chan. You're serious. But still, are you sure you're okay with it?
Yes, I'm psyched up for what I've heard from Akasaka-san the other day. I became a policeman because I believe in justice. Someday I want to be able to talk about the things I've been through, like Akasaka-san does. A dangerous mission? That sounds fantastic. Besides, your ideas never failed before. So I think this operation will succeed. Then I'm all for it.
How nice it is to be young. No, Akasaka-kun's become quite the inspiration for me. He keeps talking about how he wants to be involved in investigation. Well, no. It is nice to be young, I guess. And what about you? I'm in. Actually, unless I help you, the operation won't succeed. I've never been neglecting my health all these years. Frankly, I don't think I have much longer to live. As a man, I want to do something grand before I die. My. You two sure are fearless. That's why you declare a Ricci even with 3-flip Dora.
What are you saying, Oishi-san? I lost where I was. As a man, I can't refuse. If you're going to cut something, cut it right in the middle.
Yeah.
That's what you always say.
He's not wrong. I get it. Your next end up on the line, I'll be responsible. I'll have to make some preparations first. You want to start this early tomorrow morning, right? I have to check with both forensics and the autopsy department. Oishi, when all this is over, you have to treat me to something big, okay? Of course! Look forward to it. But please make sure to be careful who you talk to. They told me there are some spies at the police station. Don't worry, I know who I can trust. Count on me for that, at least.
Alright, I'm fired up. My detective spirit is burning bright. Shining finger!
Oh my god. It had taken Oishi all night to come up to a decision. Those two had decided immediately. Couldn't help but question himself. Okay, I have some errands to run, so I'm going to get going. Kuma-chan, could you please take the old man home? Thank you for coming here on your day. Don't worry about that. Been a while since something got my blood boiling. In all the years of my life, this is the first big stage to really test my. I'm not afraid. I'm going to enjoy this. Thank you very much, old man. Kuma-chan, too. But she thanked him after seeing them off, although they couldn't hear. Oishi stopped by a flower shop. Brought a bouquet of balloon flowers. Usually the purple ones are the most popular. Oishi was fond of that color. But today, he didn't buy purple flowers, but got unusual white balloon. With the bouquet in hand, he headed to the cemetery across from the. Date was June 18th. The real anniversary would be tomorrow, but as Oishi had to work on Watanagashi every year, usually commemorated it on the previous day instead. It was the day before the anniversary of the death of the old man. The one Oishi considered a best friend, a brother, and father.
Index will be right back.
Every year, I promise you that I'll find your right arm, but I still haven't had any luck yet. Oishi spoke to the grave. He laid the bouquet of white balloon flowers down on top of it. But I finally got the chance to get close to the tree. You know, it's kind of funny. As it turns out, the Sonozaki family has nothing to do with it. I kept promising you year after year I'd bring Oreo here and have her grovel an apology, but I was so wrong this whole time. Ha ha ha! I don't know what to say. You'd probably smack me if you... I thought I knew the winning tiles, and after countless safe discards, I got slammed with a bad hit. If I hadn't made that assumption and focused on filling my hand, then I might have been able to get a big... I haven't made any progress at all. It's the same with Mahjong. I'm a fool for getting ideas in my head, and then doubting them even a bit. Oishi already had a vague idea. The way Ide had phrased it, I already guessed. There was no dark secret. Behind the old man's dismemberment, the events that followed were separate incidents. That particular murder was an individual incident and had nothing to do with anything else. Since the main culprit was the only one who wasn't caught, Oishi needed someone to blame, and the mysterious Sonozaki family was the perfect target. The drama of revenge that Oishi believed in never existed. I'm thinking of doing something really dangerous. Considering the risk, there isn't much in terms of reward. If anything, I might find out the truth. But I feel like I can finally forgive myself. Oishi bowed deeply to the grave. And then he heard footsteps behind him. It had to be someone else who knew. That person can't come on the day with Tanagashi every year either, so they came on the day before, just like Oishi does. They always bring blue hydrangeas. Purple balloon flowers and those blue flowers don't go well together. That's the reason why Oishi always picks the white ones. Usually the hydrangeas are already there by the time he arrives. So Oishi had a secret meeting with Kumagi early in the morning. Came straight to the graveyard afterward. He arrived before this person did. Visiting a grave isn't a race. It's a spiritual matter. Oishi was curious about the other person who brings flowers every year, so he looked up. Well, well. Are you visiting someone's grave too? Oh, it's a Yon the mommy. Oishi stated the obvious. But from one glance, he could guess everything. Upon seeing the hydrangeas in her arms, I didn't think Index would be needed. Fuck. Index, you better get back here soon. I can't do girl voices. Ah.
I came back as fast as I could.
I
Please
need.
don't.
Okay, I need girl voices.
Sorry.
Oh
Okay,
my.
so what happened was she went to visit old man's grave.
Oh, okay.
Aren't you supposed to be working? What are you doing here?
Akane Sonozaki laughed as she handed a bouquet of hydrangeas to her daughter Shia. Shia, not knowing what to do, was caught between her mother and Oishi.
Hey, how long are you going to stand there? Come on, move over.
Oishi moved over, as told, and spoke. So you're the one leaving hydrangeas every year.
Aren't they beautiful? They're from my backyard. Hydrangeas are beautiful in June. Your balloon flowers are fairly unusual. White ones, huh?
They're nice. Ah! Wow! Mr. Oichi, excuse me. Can I put the flowers down?
Leon knelt down in front of the grave and got the flowers ready. He put the hydrangeas in the vase alongside the balloon. The flowers looked beautiful in the vase together, reminding their onlookers that summer was about.
What a coincidence. They match very well. It makes a nice contrast with the white and the blue.
I saw blue hydrangeas every year I came. I thought blue flowers wouldn't go with the purple ones.
I see. Then we should get along just fine, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
What's the matter? Anything unusual on the x-rays? You're being awfully quiet today. It's disturbing. Oh, you think that might be it? Since you've been good to us. I'll bring some hydrangeas to your grave too, don't worry. Oh, by the way, you still owe us at at one of our shops, don't you? I'll bring the bill. I'll bring a bill too.
Oh boy, you two never run out of things to say, don't you? Well, I don't plan on leaving this world quite yet. It won't be long until my retirement, but I'm still going strong.
Oh, that's good then. As a citizen of Okinomiya, I'm glad to hear such reliable words.
Their conversation should have been coded in social courtesies, yet something felt a little off about it. You're happy, kitten? No kitten shop? Good.
Is Happy Kitten shop home?
Can you tell me one thing? The Guardians and the old man, the site manager, they didn't get along, did they? So, why bring flowers for her?
No, we didn't get along at all. We were mighty enemies. Right, Shion? Yeah, yeah. That old geezer was a bastard that pissed me off. I bit him, I elbowed his stomach, I even scratched up his car with a 10-yen coin. Shion, the statute of limitations isn't up yet.
Dion stuck out her tongue and hid behind her mother in embarrassment. So, if you hated him that much, why do you come here?
Well, the damn conflict is over. Although he's our enemy, we did many unpleasant things to him too. Oh, that was supposed to be Shion. Let's just pretend it wasn't Shion's voice.
I'm watching Pengu stream and having dough flavored Greek yogurt. That sounds delicious. I didn't even know they made that.
What brand? That one's Oh Yes, isn't it? What? You don't get it. The war is now over. Even a rugby player. Once a game is over, no one is on opposing sides. Nothing more than that.
So, Bonnie?
Hmm.
Akane said it as though it was a normal thing, but Oishi just couldn't understand. First of all, they hated each other. They hated each other, they spat at each other. How could they even feel like bringing flowers to his grave? However, Akane said that it was normal. Their moral standards weren't matching up.
God damn it, leave me alone. Alright, I'll tell you the reason I was gone for so long.
Ah.
I was getting teriyaki chicken. And my cat is after my bowl of chicken. All right. Okay, I confess. Index was hungrier than she said.
Okay.
Actually, you're the one who can't understand. I think the Dan conflict has ended, yet your head is still going, isn't it?
No! Oh no. It's over for me. I can't even imagine hearing all that noise anymore. Gotta be kidding me.
Then what's wrong with the Sonozaki family visiting his gravesite? Come on, move over. Go over there and eat the chicken that I gave you. Sorry. Come on, move over. I brought something for him too.
Akane took out a small package from her bag and put it in front of the grave. I see that package every year. What's in it?
This is ohaki, specially made by the Virago. Drinkers usually don't like sweets, so she made them without sugar.
You saying that Ordio-san had ohagi made? Like manager's anniversary?
He does it every year. You did just say that you see it every time you come here, didn't you?
Oishi was stunned. Ordio was the biggest hardliner in the Onagafuchi Guardians. No question about that. But she had believed that for a long time, he was the mastermind behind the old man. Because of that, he couldn't just believe that she had been making ohagi every year for his anniversary.
Hey, don't give me that look. Let's not do this anymore, okay?
Do what?
Pretend that the Sonozaki family shouldn't visit the site of the manager's grave. It won't be long now until 1980.
1990.
I'm sorry, until the 1990. By then, even the Emperor might be dead. Would you leave me alone? Have some more chicken. Go away. How much longer do you plan on dragging out this war, which has already ended?
Please. I don't even want to think about the damn conflict. There's nothing better than peace.
The government was at fault. They should think about what they've done. But we were at fault too. And that's why we have regrets. I want some chicken too, Indy. Damn it! All the fucking hell! Ken Shop, no, this chicken is mine!
Fucking cats, like vultures.
Oh my god! Cats are the real incarnations of Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Huh.
Fucking hell. When things are done, that's it. There's no point in dragging them out. We need to wrap up the era of our forefathers, and young people need to create a new one. What happened was very unfortunate, and I regret that the old man had to die. If he was still alive, he could have shared a toast together, and we could have shared a toast together and made up. But he's dead, so we can't reconcile. I think that's very sad.
Well, that's what happens when someone dies.
But you're still alive.
That's right, I am. So are you.
Then maybe one day. Then maybe one day will come when we can get along too, huh?
Well, I don't know about that.
And
Why don't you give this to the priest? And then wait in the car, okay? Sure.
Kanai took out an envelope from her pocket and gave it to Shion took the envelope, bowed to Oishi, and ran off. During the dam conflict, I thought she was such a feisty little. She sure has grown up.
How long do you think it's been since then? She's hit puberty, and we even went bra shopping together. Because that's something you tell a random person in normal conversation
Okay, yeah.
about your teenage daughter.
What the fuck?
She isn't a little girl anymore. That's how long it's been.
Yeah, many years have passed. Time is dense for young people, but diluted for old folk.
The old ones are the ones who won't change. But young people keep growing. And before you know it, they pass us by. And then we simply withdraw ourselves to watch over them. See? See how it works?
Yeah, I guess. I can't believe I'm getting a talking to from the demon princess, Ibone. Akane Sozaki.
Hey, I can't believe you still remember that name. I'm the lady of the Shishibone nowadays, you know. I'd appreciate it if you kept that name to yourself.
Yeah, I guess since the damn conflict is over now, huh?
That's right. It's all over.
Two of them watched Shion and the priest exchange words in temple building. Both were silent, but the air between them was comforting. There was no breeze. The cabbage white butterfly flew.
You're supposed to be at work. But how about around? Go out for some fresh cold sake.
Maybe not today. I have to drive, and so do you, right?
That's too bad. Well, maybe next time. Huh?
Yeah, next time.
He's hitting on you, Boishi.
Uh,
She's not, but
something that had been sitting inside Oishi for a long time had started to dissipate. Something that had coagulated was. I better get going. Your daughter's waiting too, right?
yes, she is. We've gone through a lot. But let's forget about all that. Let's forget about it all. And how about it?
We'll have a party one of these days. We will. Akane turned around with a big smile on her face. But all of a sudden, it changed into an impish.
Hey, Officer Olishi. Since we made up just now. I got a traffic ticket yesterday and I'm so mad that I ripped it in half. Do you think you can do something about that?
Just go to the nearest police station for. Maybe I can give you a priority spot in the wait. No.
Isk. What are friends even for, huh?
No. Their laughter echoed under the blue sky. How sweet.
That's kind of a cute exchange.
Yeah. Stop hating somebody.
Yeah, my cat has eaten half of my freaking chicken. I only had 4 pieces.
Punish the cat. Alright. We're gonna call it here.
I'm so sad.
What?
No, I'm almost done with my food. Actually, I'm done now because I just put the last piece of chicken in my mouth. We can keep going.
Huh?
We can keep going. Wait, are you tired?
I thought now was a good time to.
Oh, okay.
Wrong.
I wanted to continue, but I want to go too.
We can go on a little longer.
Well, was that the end of that section?
It was the end of the section. Yeah.
Hmm.
Although it looks like it's gonna get kind of fucked up from here. I think we should save it for next.
Yeah. All right. Besides, next time is Wednesday, so it's close, right? It's close.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Close. Are you doing any streams for Christmas?
No, I figured my mods wouldn't want to fucking be watching my stream on Christmas.
Surprise.
But yeah, we're gonna call it here, folks. Thank you for hanging out with us. I hope you all had a good to see you. Now I gotta pick somebody. Uno momento, por favor.
For flavor?
For flavor.
For flavor.
You would show up on Christmas, kitten? What the heck? Don't you got family stuff? I figured like all of my mods and regulars would be with their
I don't have family.
family. Well, maybe you know I can do something on Christmas.
We play Phasmo.
Sure, why not? Why the heck not?
We'll play with Phasmophobia on Christmas.
Yeah, that sounds like a delightful little.
This scary Christmas time.
Let's raid a guy I know called Disaster V playing League of Legends.
League of Legends. Oh my god, is that the video game based off the hit TV series Arcane?
What?
Oh, it was a League of Legends joke.
Oh, that's funny.
Every time someone sees a character that's appeared in the show Arcane, it's like, oh my god, is that Jinx from Arcane? Because there are people literally on the internet who have been freaking out over the Arcane series, and like I was watching this person who was reacting to some of like the videos Riot's done in the past, and they're like, oh my god, it's Jinx from Arcane. I'm like, oh, it hurts my soul.
Aw, poor Index. Okay. We're gonna raid Disaster VTuber. Let me think of a silly little. What's a good message? Index, you typed that arcane message. Fuck that. Use that as a raid message. Make that
Oh
joke.
my god. That is that Jinx from Arcane? In capital letters, of course, because Arcane is that popular. And then let's find a good penguin emote. Is there a shocked penguin?
There's a screaming penguin emote.
But
actually...
it's too high of a level for me to use.
Oh.
Pew pew. Is that Jinx from Arcane? I'm gonna do the sipping one because actually that fits the mood a lot better. And then the finger guns.
Yeah, you
Jinx
do that.
from Arcane. Oh my god, is that Jinx from Arcane?
Oh my god.
Is that Jinx from Arcane?
Well, you need to put raid.
Oh fuck yeah.
Like Pengu raid. Oh my god, is that Pengu raid. That should do.
Yeah. Pengu raid. Oh my god, is that Jinx from Arcane?
Yeah, like we're like coming in there being like, hey, and you're like, oh my god.
Oh my god. Is that Jinx from Arcane?
Is that Jinx?
Is that Jinx from Arcane? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. There we go. Perfect.
Down.
It's a lovely, stupid joke, to be honest.
All right. You see what type? Disaster. Yeah, he spells it with a Z. Like it. Alright, everybody, we're gonna raid Disaster VTuber. He's playing League of Legends. that hit game based off of that hit show Arcane.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for hanging out with us tonight, and I hope y'all have a good day or good night. I'll be posting my schedule tonight. I have it typed out. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow night at 7 p.m. We're gonna do some more Quake. But yeah, have a good night, everybody. See y'all later. Good night.
Bye.